I know I should have went to the NBA, G. I know I should have. But I'm going to tell y'all the story of why I didn't, bro. So, boom, G. All right, it's my freshman year of high school. So, I'm going to Marion Catholic, right? The school that Tyler Eulis is at. You feel me? I'm going to Marion, not really understanding too much about Marion and how the school is, but I just know that Tyler there, he's going crazy, folks. You feel me? So I see him going crazy. I'm like, shit, I'm a freshman, he a junior. By the time he leave, by the time he up out of here, I'm going to be a junior and it's going to be my team type shit. So that's how I'm thinking. You feel me, Chad? That's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking that once Tyler leave, I'm going to step in and be that guy, G. So my whole freshman year, my whole mentality was to be playing varsity by sophomore year. That was my whole mentality. You feel me? So freshman year, going into open gyms and training and shit like that, my whole goal was to be the starting point guard on JV. Even though I wasn't a point guard, my handles was just so much better than everybody else's that they put me at point guard, but that wasn't my natural position. I was naturally a two. You feel me? I was a bucket getter. Playmaker type. But they saw that I could dribble, and I guess it reminded them of Tyler, folks. So they like, oh, we gonna put him at point guard. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, gee, I'm not no point guard, folks. So I rocked out the whole rest of the year on JV. End of the year, I played varsity. I sat on the varsity bench for playoffs and shit like that. My freshman year, right? So going into sophomore year, G, this is what everything happens, folks. So going into sophomore year, that's where that swag and that arrogance come in, G. I was a young sophomore coming into the summer like, I just played JV. I'm finna come in playing varsity and shit. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do all of this. Like, I just had the big head, folks. I had the big head. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. So me being the arrogant little asshole that I was, I was just around that whatever, man. Just running buck wild, folks. I ain't saying I was around there just being a delinquent, being bad as hell, but gee, I was being bad, folks. I was doing shit that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing as no hooper. I was hanging around the wrong crowds and shit. Mind you, I'm 15, 16 at this time. So, when you 15, 16, you kind of just following the crowd. You kind of doing what your homies find cool and you trying to be popular and shit. You're trying to make a name for yourself. So, we start the school year off. I'm around that bitch doing whatever, just feeling myself, G. I just came off a fantastic summer. AU-wise, working out, I got stronger, I got better. So in my mind, I'm thinking like I'm finna be a straight up varsity player this year, G. And I had the big head, folks. So with that big head led me to thinking that I was untouchable, G. I felt like nobody could do nothing to me. I was one of the most popular sophomores at the time at the school. You feel me? So one day, right, I'm at open gym for basketball. I remember this vividly. I'm at open gym. I had drove my bike to school that day. Left my bike at the school, at the open gym. You feel me? And I just walked to the crib or something. Well, I caught a ride back because it was too dark and I didn't want to ride my bike. So I had left my bike in the locker room overnight. You feel me? So when I came back to school the next day, my bike's still in the locker room. I'm knowing that my bike in the locker room still. So after school, I goes to the locker room to grab my bike. So I was in the locker room doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing, man. Basically. I was in the locker room doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And long story short, folks, I got caught doing some shit. I got caught doing some shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I got suspended from school for like 5 days. I come back on Monday. They say come back Monday with a parent so that you can have your parent meeting, folks. So that we can see what we gonna do with you. Like what your punishment gonna be. I walks in with my dad, folks. We in a boardroom. Y'all know them boardrooms, them long ass tables, all the chairs around. Yes, folks. So I walk in the office, folks. It's 12 adults, administrators sitting around the table, G. And it's just me and my pops. I walk in, nigga. I instantly get stiff as hell. Like, damn, folks, what we got going on in here? So you feel me? It was like a trial, like a hearing or some shit. I sit down, fo. I'm sitting down with my pops and shit. They talking to me. They basically ask me what I. It's alright, Luis. You good? They basically asking me like, what did I do and shit like that. Like, you know, just asking me what happened, basically. You feel me? And I'm just like, shit. Told them my story. You know, I told them straight up what happened. And they accepted it, G. So they told us to leave out the room so that they could make their decision and then come back in 5 minutes. So we left out. They must have talked it over, G. I remember sitting there, fo, just scared as hell, just praying, fo, just praying, God, please, God. Feel me? I got a future. That's what I'm thinking, fo. I'm like, God, please don't let nothing happen. Please just allow this shit to blow over smooth. They just give me a small punishment, but I'm just accepting the fact that they could give me the worst punishment ever, G. Because I'm a black kid at a Catholic school, G. So, nigga, I walks back in the room, folk. Man, I sit down at that table. They say, since, you did apologize and shit like that, and, you amended what the wrongs that you did, we not going to expel you, right? We not going to expel you. We going to allow you to stay at the school, but since what you did occurred in the locker room, we have to suspend your locker room privileges. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, what are y'all getting at? So then he say, so since we are suspending your locker room privileges, by default, that means you can't play basketball this year. My nigga, when I say my fucking heart dropped to my stomach, G. Like, bro, I still think about this shit to this day, chat. Because this shit really affected my whole career. This affected my whole basketball career, G. So, bro basically told me that my whole season was suspended. And I can't go in the locker room, G. Because of what I did. So, basically, he was justifying suspending my season with the fact that what I did happened in the locker room, so since I can't go in the locker room, I can't play basketball. Which I don't see how that correlates. Like, nigga, you can get dressed outside the locker room. You can get dressed in the hallway. I don't have to go in the locker room. But they trying to make any excuse for me not to play. So they like, since you can't go in the locker room, you can't play, bro. I instantly, like I said, heart dropped to my stomach. I instantly dropped down, folks. Start crying, folks. Start crying immediately, G. I knew I was cooked. I knew I was cooked, folks. I knew I was cooked. I knew it was over with for me, chat. You feel me? I was a sophomore in high school. I got my basketball future right in my hands. I see this shit literally. I just got better over the whole summer. This was one of the best summers of my lives in terms of getting better. And nigga, y'all come in and tell me this shit, G, over the smallest offense, chat. It did not deserve the punishment that I got, bro. Real shit. Once they said that shit, I started crying, and I got done crying for like 10, 15 seconds. I remember them just still talking and shit. Nigga, I got up, walked my ass up out the room, G. I stormed out and walked outside, folks. I ain't get no at that point, G. I really wanted to flip that table over everybody in that motherfucker, man. You feel me? Because I really felt like they tried to hold me, G. They tried to play me. So, they take my whole season away. I go the whole season. I ain't played now one game. I ain't practiced now one practice. Nothing, G. Nothing. You feel me? Went through the whole year. And I low-key was depressed as hell, folks, now that I think about it. I was like low-key in a funk. Like, I was depressed as hell, G. But I just didn't know it because at the time when you going through shit, all you worried about is getting through it. You ain't really worried about your mindset and mentality at the time. Like, niggas don't care. We going through shit on a daily basis, man. You don't be having time to process what the fuck going on, G. You just be living. So I'm just going through that shit every day. Just grinding, getting through it, folks. Junior year comes, right? That summer, going into junior year, was probably the best summer I had in AAU, period. That's the first summer I started receiving letters in the mail from coaches. This was after not playing a whole season. Feel me? So I'm going in the summer league and shit, and I'm not playing like that. And mind y'all, Tyler had left at this point. So I'm at Marion, trying to find my own way. But mind you, I hadn't just played a whole season. So niggas got better. Motherfuckers got taller. Like, people got a year of experience over me now. So I'm coming in as like an underdog for real, G. I don't have no leverage in this situation no more. Coach don't really fuck with me like that, fuck. You feel me? I'm on his bad side because y'all got to think about it. At a Catholic school, if you do some bad shit, G, you basically going to get blackballed and labeled at that point, folks. You going to get blackballed. So I was basically blackballed at Marion, G. So they labeled me probably as like a head case or a bad student or like a bad apple. So I'm pretty sure the coach didn't want to have shit to do with me for real, folks. And I could just tell by the way he was treating me when I went into that summer going into my junior year. He wasn't really me like that. He wasn't talking to me like that. He was, being standoffish towards me and shit. And I peeped it, folks. But I'm just like, man, I understand why he doing that, G, because I'm in the wrong. I did something wrong. And, he probably holding that shit against me. But it's my job to make it up and make him believe in me again, G. So I'm keeping a positive mindset the whole way through. So fast forward, boom, we going into fall time, about time to try out and shit. So all the way up until that point, I was not feeling good about my situation, G. I was not feeling good at all, but I didn't want to tell my dad, like, Pops, I think it's a possibility that I could probably get cut from the team this year, G. I did not want to go to my Pops and tell him that shit, folks, because if you go up to your Pops and you got a black dad that hoop, G, and go up to that nigga and tell him that you could probably get cut, like, man, that's the worst thing you can do, folks. You better off, nigga, just being quiet, folks, and just going through with that shit, man. You feel me? So I ain't want to tell my Pops that I could potentially get cut because I knew I could. So, nigga, we going into tryouts. I get all the way through all the tryout days, G. Tried out. Made it through the first cut day. Made it through the second cuts. And it's the last day, G. Final cuts. You feel me? It's about me and 15 other niggas. Me and like 20 other niggas, G. You feel me? And we all competing for the last 14 spots. So, you feel me? I remember this day vividly. Nigga, they like, alright, we did some workouts or some shit. We conditioned. I remember doing the condition and I was bullshit. I wasn't making it. And I remember I was hearing the coach in the background yapping and shit like, Troy, this is why this was going to cut you. This is going to get you cut. Your mentality or something. Like, I just remember hearing him in the background talking about how I was bullshit. So he say, alright, man, we finna scrimmage for the last hour of tryouts. They go, what? Nigga, in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, it's time. It's time to show out now. You feel me? That's just my mentality. Because you got to think about it. In trials, you don't really scrimmage. Y'all not really scrimmaging like that for real. We wasn't scrimmaging them first 2 days. That last day, we played. And nigga, when I say I was going ballistics on them niggas, man, chat, when I say I wasn't missing a shot, I remember that tryout, that last day specifically, folks. Because I was busting their ass. I'm coming down, hitting niggas with good tween, blow-bys, getting to the rim. Good tween, pull-ups, like all type of shit, chat. Good pick and rolls, dump off passes. Like, I'm doing everything, not turning the ball over, playing good defense. Like, you feel me? After we just got done getting killed on the conditioning. So, in my mind, I'm leaving up out of that. I know damn well I made this team, man. So I goes home. I'm feeling good, G. I'm like, yeah, G, I made this team for sure, bro. There's no way I'm getting cut from this mother, bro. There's no way I'm getting cut from this team, G. So, boom. Fast forward. Next day, I get to school. They say the roster not going to be posted until after school. So, mind you, that whole day, G, I'm just anxious as hell, nervous, like, getting through the day, just trying to get through the day. So, I get through the end of the day, You feel me? I get up with my homies that tried out too. I'm like, man, y'all ready, folks? Because they was nervous too that they ain't make it. They was trying to see if they made it too. So I'm like, what's up, man? Y'all ready, folks? So we all walk over to the list, folks. We walk over to the list, man. Nigga, I walk up to that, man. I squint. Go down the list. Troy Johnson. Okay, not on that side. So I'm getting kind of nervous, folks, because in my heart, just in my soul, in my spirit, folks, I'm just feeling like I ain't make this team, G. So I go down the other side of the list, folks. Nope. Name nowhere to be found, G. Name nowhere to be found, folks. This is junior year, man. Junior year. Name nowhere to be found on that list, y'all. So y'all know that instantly crushed me, man. That instantly crushed me, folks. Already y'all took away my sophomore year. You feel me? So I always feel like something got stolen from me. And then, nigga, I comes back and y'all cut me, folks. This ain't no Michael Jordan getting cut from the JV, from the varsity team as a sophomore. This ain't that, folks. Because at least Mike could still go back down to JV and play JV. Nigga, I got cut from the varsity team, G. There was no coming back after that. When they cut me, G, I knew it was like, damn, G. My career over with, folks. My career over with. That's basically what I thought. And I remember going up and talking to the coach, seeing like what happened, like what did I do wrong. He basically was telling me like, he saw me being on the team, but he didn't see me accepting the role that he had in store for me, G. So basically let me know off rip that I was going to be a role player on his team. And that I wasn't going to get no minutes. I was going to basically be a cheerleader. And he said, knowing who I am as a person and as a player, I wouldn't accept that shit. And he was correct, folks. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have, G. I would have been the biggest cancer on that nigga's squad that he's ever had. You feel me? I would have been the worst, G. So it was good. That shit was probably good that happened to me, folks. You feel me? It's good that shit probably happened to me, G.